This is Yerushalmi Peah Daf Samech. And we are mamish at the top of Daf Samech, Amud Aleph. The Art Scroll Oz V'Hodar edition. And in the Vilna edition, we are on Dam Beis Amud Aleph. And it is East Tanoi Tani, which is in the Gemara, the fifth line down. Okay. East Tanoi Tani Shenimtza. There's some Tanoim who say in the Mishnah, how to give the Mishnah Shenimtza. And then there are some Tanoim in the Mishnah, East Tanoi Tani Shenimtza Omed, that you find that it stands. How does this work? Mandamash Nimtza, he says Nimtza, is as opposed to using the word Omed, Messiah Rabbi Yochanan. It seems to be in sync with Rabbi Yochanan. We learned yesterday holds that we're talking about a Zayis Gudyon, Zayis which is not going to be Omed there for long. Or at least it's not designated to be. It's not intended to be there for long, and that just happens to be there at this point in time. Mandamar Shenimtza Omed, Messiah Rabbi Eliezer. That's the Mandamar that Nimtza Omed. That helps Rabbi. That's in line with Rabbi Eliezer's shita. Was Rabbi Eliezer? That was Rabbi Yossi. Rabbi Eliezer. How did Rabbi Eliezer get here? Check this out. Try to pause it. Yeah, it's Rabbi Eliezer at the beginning of the Gemara. That he says the whole business here is because of the way it's situated between the two Malbenos, not because of its potentially being uprooted, and that's Omed. Like it's Omed. It seems like it's there permanently. Masis beside Rabbi Yochanan. We have a bais which is Rabbi Yochanan. The Tani, what we learned. Bamed vorim amurim. Now this is it says shemakir, but shemakiro. But the Tosefta actually says b'shaloya makiro. You didn't know it, and it says avo imakiro. Im hoya makiro, then beradev achrav afil mea. You run even for 100 amos, 100 amos for 100 parts milim, 100 parts word. In other words, when is it shicha bein malbeinim? When you don't recognize it, but if you recognize it, if it's mesuyam, it's not shicha. Even if it's 100 amos distant, that's what it is. Even 100 amos distance. Okay. So that's like Rabbi Yochanan. It's nothing to do with Malbenos, intrinsically. It has to do with a tree being Omed Liyoker, not being Omed Liyoker. Okay, so Tani Bamed Barbaim, B'Shaloya Makiro, where it's not, then when you're not Makir it, then it's not considered to be, it is considered to be Sheikha, even Ben the Malbenim. But when you're makiret, it has some unique quality. In this case, it's going to be cut down. So then, even if it's 100 amos different from distant from the malbeinim, it still is not considered to be shikha. Okay. Period. Now we're going to the next part of Mishnah. If you had sosayim in the tree and you forgot it, ain't no shikha. So it's not shikha, right? Because obviously it says Mishnah so the Gemara, what's the Gemara's question here? So I forgot what the Gemara's question is. Yes, this is the pshat. It's here in Mishnah. Zayis yesh bo zayim eschocho ein shicha b'mayim shlo yischocho v'yischocho afilu zayis and tov v'shtayt b'shocho yesh lo shicha. So it sounds like yesh bo zayim eschocho ein lo shicha. Wait a minute, which is a zayis and tov. If it has sosayim, it shouldn't be shicha. And then you're saying it is shicha, even if it's netofa. It sounds like even if it's significant, even if it has sosayim, it's going to be shicha. So says Gemara lo da isamaras ala kadmesa. It's not going to this going on previously. Because I shish shem asad the kazais the tuva b'shaita v'shakha, any the zayis which has a significant name, and you forgot it, ain't no shikha, and it's not shikha. Allah is amres him yesh bos asayim v'shchacho ain't no shikha, and that it's saying, and you know what? So even if it doesn't have a name, if it has it's a sign, it's not shikha. It can't. If it's a sign, there's not going to be shikha. I'm not so happy with the way I just interpreted it. Let's go back. Again, ha'im yesh bo so sign v'shachol ein no. I wonder if the clock changes to yourself. Not really. Not happy at all. 1 second. Yesh bo sign shachol raise the shikha. Perish melchel fina dim hiskabo. Yesh sign shachol raise the shikha. The masha the high b'medvarim kain nami a yesh bo sign. Yeah, he learns like like we just learned. And that's like the Kavanaki as well. Okay, so it's the Chiddush. I'm yesh lo sayim shachol ein no shikha. Right, if it has sosayim and you forgot it, it's not shikha, and we're assuming that means even even if you started the tree. So how can it be later on that we say that obviously about afilas eyes do b'shaitim shachol yesh lo shikha. I'm not happy with this. Let's see if I find anything else. So the Mashbiach has a novel interpretation here. He has a whole mahal in this Gemara, which is the Gemara which we learned yesterday, which is very far out, so to speak. It has to do with Zaysim versus Chavios. We're not going to get into that right now. But what he does is this ha is not a question. It's not a bitmi. It's not a question. It's not a query. It's a statement. Ha, this, right? It's like zeh. And there's a way to read the Gemara. Im yesh bo sosayim shachol ein no shikha. So it's this what it says in our Mishnah that it has a sosayim and you forgot it. It's not shikha. It's not going on the original, the case in the Mishnah, the first case in the Mishnah of Zayis Nimtza Omer Ben Shalshuros Shnei Malbeinim. No, it's not going on that. That's nothing to do with Sosayim. It's going on a previous Mishnah. Again, because I lost my place. This statement, it's not going on our Mishnah. Kameis on the previous Mishnah. Because it's telling us about that also. Just like Zayis and Toifa, if you forgot it's not Shikha, so too there's the Zayis which has Sosayim, and you forgot it's not Shikha. That is very good. Okay, close man sheyesh lo tachtav yesh lo barosha. So he said, as long as there's stuff underneath, you have on stuff underneath, you have on top. Plus a train piece. So two possible interpretations here. So the Ritbaz says, "Cause man sheyesh lo tachtav yesh lo barosha utzil la mishnah v'chas tevas v'chulei k'derech l'sham b'chol makom." This is when the article actually put in the v'chulei. No, he didn't. Plus a train piece in, and going further in the Ritbaz. It's going to Rabbi Meir in the Mishnah. The Kamar Mishtetelach HaMachpo. When the what does Mishtetelach HaMachpo? Sharash B'Advar B'Shnei Perushim. We saw the two in the Pnei Moshe, but now we're going to see them more. So Kozman Sheish Tachtav Yesh Lo Barosho. Perish Rabbi Meir Kai Dukah Tanakam. The Kamar Kozman Sheish Lo B'Chulei Ha Kol She'ein Tachtav Ein Lo Barosho. Sounds like if there's nothing underneath, you don't have barosho. To have a shikha, it's already shikha. Masho shilem was top of the tree. Azek Kamar Meir the dafka mishdech machpo. You know, it's only once you've checked all the nooks and crannies. So again, Kozman sheish lo yeshlo puzzle train piece. Kozman sheish lo tacht, and that's why he has the chule here, right? Because it's going to Meir. So that's why it calls my shisha tachta shosho chule. Pasal the trim pieces. So two pshatim right there. Calls my shisha tachtav. Anytime you have underneath yesh barosho, kodem lachein. So the Rebbe says kodem shahocha machbua. Before the machbua goes away, afu shein lo tachta b'yesho rosho. Even though everything underneath, you still have the top. The cosm machbua lo have a shicha man b'shrosh ilan, because as long as the machbua hasn't gone away, then it's not shicha. So cosm shirtal yeshol kodem lachein. Before the halach machbua, afu b'shein lo tachta, even though there's nothing on, doesn't have underneath, yesh lo barosho. Pasuk Choran, another interpretation, calls man sheyesh lo tachta b'yesho rosho hocha machbo. So let's see the read baz here. Pasuk Choran calls man sheyesh lo chulei. Payers the Raimer is a yeshel tachtovkai. It's really going on when there's still olives underneath, and that according to this, it's a chumrah on the Babay. So machboa, ava b'yeshel tachtov ein lo barosho kain girsa sagroz abuksav yosho. So by the kavich kvar hocha machboa, once you check the nooks and crannies. Have a shichah masharoshim after yeshel tachtov. Even though there's stuff underneath, the fact that you check the nooks and crannies means that you no longer have any rights to whatever's on the tree. And that is how the Gra interprets the sugya. So according to Rebaz, you take out the next words, Afa pi she'ein lo barosho yeshel tachtov. Tani, I think we take it out. At least I have it here. Take it out. Yeah, he changes it. Right, he changes it to Afa pi she'ein sheyesh lo tachtav ein lo barosho. Right, that's how he changed it. Time beishamai she'aniach es hakarkar u'gemaro hareze yesh lo barosho. So now let's see the Rebaz again. So the Tanshi B'Shem Shenias Karka v'Gemara raise Yeza Yeshlo Shol Perish Yeshlo Barosha Elon. Once the Babas puts down the staff with which he hits the tree to knock down the olives, then the Ani has the right to the top of the tree. Perish Yeshlo Barosha Elon the Hava Shikha. Yeah, Rabbi Avo Shem Shimon Lakish Bar Karkara. The Elazar says that this that a machboa is not actually a nook and cranny, but it's a thing which gets things out of nook and crannies, which is the karkar. As Rebbe says, klisha chovni melonos milashon mefazes umecharker, makes it a dance. And on Rabbi Avo shemishayer as a machboin, mishayer is like meishir. I think to trip off. The Rebbe says it's called machboshu bodekas machboim mishayim losham bestir lo kulamasa. So it checks it all out like a sayar, but I think shire also means that something which drips down. Could be I'm wrong. Should I toast this on this? Right? No, sorry. It's on the next line. I'm going to so it just seems like we're saying, explaining the machboim are hiding places, nooks and crannies. On that part of Shmuel. So the Shartoso says, well, it's not from the original Yerushalmi. This is a commentary which was on the side, and Sofrim who were not Bekim put it inside the Yerushalmi because, and he says, you know why? Because their Yerushalmi is up here over and it brings the ride from the pasuk. It says Kamad Tamar, like you find in many places, and the many places where we find in the Yerushalmi interpolations of this sort. He brings out a whole bunch of cases like that. So he wants to say this wasn't part of the Yerushalmi, but rather this was interpolation later on. I'm not sure how much of a difference that makes, but it's an interesting point. remember that there are such interpolations because the Sofer were not so bucky in the Yerushalmi. And that brings us to mamish the top of Samach Aleph and Samach Beis. So we'll stop here.